Hey, what's up, guys? Navarro, it's July 1st, 2020. Excuse me, I had to get used to the July thing, guys. It's July 1st, 2020, first day of the month, and I'm on the red. I am on the red, guys. It's, man, I've been getting away with green days due to my positions on the right stocks, making the right moves. I put more money where the stocks that have worked have made the bigger moves. But today it's the opposite, and I am, I'm dealing with it. It's okay. I knew this was gonna happen. Like I told you, I can. You can't win them all. It's not gonna be a straight line up, and I gave back most of my profit, a lot of profits, guys, and I'm probably still giving back a lot of profits. I don't know. I'll check uh, how the how my positions open up tomorrow. I hope they stay where they at, and I'll take those losses. But without having a day trade trading with a small account, guys, it's tough. It's tough. I know we go through the grind every day, and I know that we reset our accounts, or at least I do. I reset my account all the time to that certain amount that I keep on telling you about in the WhatsApp chat, and it's a struggle, guys. But we've been making it work with that kind of account. Some of us have smaller accounts, but you know what? It's the way it is. That's how you start trading. That's how you start learning. With a small account, and hopefully grow it into a bigger account in the future. But right now, let's talk about what's going on. What happened in the TTOO yesterday's late call out. I called it out at 180. I got it at 180, and I told you about all the levels. It's in the previous video. If you didn't see the video, go to Penny Stocks Club 13 on YouTube and go to yesterday's video, guys. And I explained my position, my exits, and where I was going to take profits. Now I did take profits on this one, but let me take you to the 1 day 3 minute. I took profits, or yesterday I called it out here at 180 after market. This is everything that's black. That's during the day. That's market open. And this is after market. This is pre market, right? So I bought it at 180, and it closed exactly at 220 at 7 p.m. Central Time. So depending on where you're at, this was the last traded price in aftermarket session. So it opened up, in the pre-market, and it made this move here, made a pre-market height of 239, and then it just got crushed below VWAP, and it held support here at this red line that I have here, that whole dollar level that I always talk about, guys. It held support. So what I did as it started coming up, I put an order to sell three-fourths of my position at 220, which was where it closed yesterday, right after market close, because it actually closed at 152 yesterday, or that was that today. That was today. Yesterday it closed down here at 127 or so, but after market it closed at 220. So that's why I set my limit sell there, and it did sell my order, and I had a stop loss for the rest of the remaining of my 1/4 position at $2. But I was thinking it was never gonna get even close to two. I thought it was just gonna take off, and I was wrong, guys. I was completely wrong. It just got crushed. Now I do have alert set here. I like it over the $2 level again, and hopefully it does come back and make a move like that. But for now, it's just on watch. Now I know it was called out on the WhatsApp chat here on this bounce. Now I'm gonna caution you with this. There's a couple of trades that have been posted like this, and that's fine. If this is your trading style, that's great. Stick to it. And I hope that what I'm saying, um, you take it as an educational advice, because it's nothing to be critical about it. You trade however you want, but this is what I see here. Okay, I talked about the $2 level being support. Now, if you buy a position down here, now you got to be thinking that $2 level has to be resistance. And look at where it was rejected, guys. At that red line, yeah, it did trickle a little bit upwards, but again, it doesn't. This level here at two, it's not like a like a certain amount that it only if it breaks over two, we're golden. No, it has to break over two and hold support at two, and then you can buy into it, right? Now, and I wouldn't even buy into it at this point here because it's still below VWAP. It still hasn't confirmed that it wants to come back up. It just sold off this big, and I mean, there's no way I was gonna buy again at the break over two. Now, I do say that the levels are important, but I also say I buy with confirmation, right? So that's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see it break over two, that it resistance here, right? Now you know it's a whole dollar inflection point. Now, if it starts bouncing there and then it breaks above VWAP, now your entry would have been perfect at 210. Now you're trading with confirmation, right? Now you know it's above VWAP, and now you know it can make a move higher. Now your stop loss is again at $2. That would be my advice to you in the future. But that's the way you trade more conservatively. That's the way you trade with confirmation. Like I always say, I'd rather be late and right than be wrong and early. But again, you trade at your own risk. This is just my advice. This is from experience. Things that I've done in the past. I know they say buy low and sell high, but you buy low without confirmation, and this can happen, guys. So just I mean, this is just my advice. I don't know if you're gonna feel bad about it. I mean, again, this is just from my experience. Take it however you want. I'm just trying to help you out. I hope you understand that. So that's TTOO. ATHE was a day trade that I had, and this one was a call out from yesterday. I believe it was called out at 131. Now this one, the same type of deal. It's below VWAP, right? Below VWAP. And then you got this pre-market action here. It's giving you already an idea. Again, don't take pre-market and aftermarket prices for the holy grail. They really don't matter. You gotta go back to the daily chart. This is what really matters, right? But if there's nothing to go by here, okay, let me kind of extend that line out so that you can see. Extend to the left so that we can anticipate to the right. See, there's nothing here, right? There is nothing telling you that 160 is going to be support resistance. So then you got to go even further and you can see some levels there at the 160 that might be a resistance level. I mean, it all depends how you see the market. But here it's already telling you it had support, it bounced again, then it got crushed below. And it did get overextended all the way to 240 here, and then had this big sell off. So now, once it's got this big sell off, this was yesterday again, and you're trying to day trade it, or swing trade it. Well, now if you buy at 131, you got to be thinking about this resistance level here. So if you would have bought and sold here, that's a 22% move. I mean, that's more than enough. You should have taken profits if you had a day trade. Now, if you didn't have a day trade, now you're back holding. You're back holding. But fortunately, with this one, it did make a big move, and they were able to get out at 225, which was awesome. That's sometimes it just works out. But in my opinion, again, it's below VWAP. I wouldn't have swing traded this for any amount of money, in my opinion. Again, it did work out, so that's great, and that's good. Money that you have in your pocket is good money, and it doesn't matter how you got it as long as you got it and locked in profits when you had them. So I day traded this one. Let me take you to why I day traded this one. All right. And this one was gonna be, and I traded on my use stock trade account. It's a small account. It's just something that I use for when the market is low. I have no idea what's going on some of the stocks. The SPY's going up and the stocks are not moving. That's basically what I saw today. I mean, there was some big movers. Don't get me wrong, but nothing that I saw a clean setup on. Now here it put up on the open a high of 180, right? And it had a high of a pre-market high of 240, and it just kind of traded down from after that. Then it made that push to 180, curled below VWAP. Then it broke above VWAP. But here's why I took the trade, guys. In yesterday's video, I spoke about POLA in the afternoon, the move that it made. And I told you, if you listen to this, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of money. And this works better. for day trading than for swing trading. Okay, and I told you about the trend line and the VWAP. So here it broke above VWAP with increasing volume, right? Then you got the next two candles. These are 6 minutes between both of them, right? Because every candle's 3 minutes. It bounced at VWAP, it bounced again at VWAP, and then you got the yellow line crossing over the VWAP. This is the VWAP T trend line crossover that I spoke about yesterday. If you entered here at 170, guys, that was a perfect entry position. That's where I positioned myself at 170, and I sold at 220. Why at 220? Because this is where I saw pre-market resistance. And again, pre-market and aftermarket are not the holy grail. It's just what I used for this trade, and it worked for me. But not only that, the VWAP trend line crossover seems to work all the time when you have confirmation with increasing volume, which it had this in this trade. And look at this trend line; it just held support all the way through, and then that is it, guys. I had my sell limit at 220, and I got filled there and took profits, and it was a great trade, a small win on my small account for use stock trade, and it worked. So that's great. I know whoever was holding it from yesterday, they sold at 225, which is a better exit than I had, and it's awesome. I believe from 131 to 225, that's 72%. Awesome trade, and way to hold, way to hold. I mean, congratulations. There's nothing else to say about that, but congratulations. Um, Next one, LPCN, guys. This one, I feel horrible. I added some more here, thinking it was gonna start testing that 130 level and break out. And why is that 130 level important? Important. Well, I spoke to you about in the previous video that the flag high, the high of the pattern was 130, right? Here's that 130 rejection. Here's that 130 level, right? And it did test it today, came back up, and I said, okay, if it breaks it again, second test, second breakout, or second break over 130, it's gonna work. I take it the 1 day, 3 minute. It came back up. I started adding somewhere here, 126, 127, I don't remember. And then it started making these little moves, and I said, okay, it's trickling up. It's gotta make that push in the afternoon. Unfortunately, I did also told you about this 121 level where it had kind of had resistance, and I set my stop loss at 120, guys. And I remember I added, so I averaged up. I bought in at 119, so with that extra, it took me up to 120. I got stopped out right here. Then it came back up, and I'm out of it. And the pattern, in my opinion, it's still in play. It's still in play because it's still over that flag pattern, right? You got that flag pattern, and now it even made a higher low. So, anyways, it happened, and I didn't take advantage of my profits. So that was LPCN. Next one that I called out, another one that, man, I wish I could have just waited a little longer, but it didn't work. OGEN, a higher risk trade, because you can see that all this rejections, rejection, 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 and I can go on and on. But then it started trickling up for this few days. I thought it's creating momentum, and it probably will. Hopefully tomorrow give me a good opportunity and opens up higher. I don't know, but it's right now. I am red on it. I thought it was gonna break these levels here. I drew this line, that 85 level. I bought it at 85.50, thinking if it breaks this two previous highs, two previous rejections, it's just gonna go break the new high, a 52-week high, and just be a gapper tomorrow. And let me take you to the 1 day, 3 minute. This is why I bought it, guys. So it made this big push. It set up a new 52-week high at 91.65, right? And then it was just holding above VWAP. Then it made this V shape. And I'm thinking, okay, all this, however many shorts, because the volume wasn't, it wasn't as big as I like. But as I heard many shorts, they're probably going to be caught there, and hopefully it'll just continue trickling up. So once I saw this action right here, I bought it at 85.50, and right now it's a little bit below my entry, but It's still not a sell off. I'm still hoping that it'll continue its uptrend. If not, I'll cut losses, and I'll cut losses right here at 80, guys. That's all I'm willing to risk on this one because it's a higher risk trade because of all the rejections. So OGEN, that's what I think. I hope it works out tomorrow. OGEN, the other one that I called out that really didn't pan out. This one, again, same idea. Let me take you to the 1 year, 1 day. It had this uptrend, right? You can see the uptrend, and then that 60 level. Oh, let me zoom in so you can see better. So it's got this uptrend after its 52-week low at 0.25, and as you can see, it's just being on an uptrend. Now you've got the rejection here at once, twice, three times at the 60 level, and that's where it got rejected again today, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it's got to push over 0.60, and then it's just gonna take off 0.70, hopefully to this 180 SMA of probably 0.75, 27%. I said it's got a 27% potential profit, right? And so I called it out and I took a position on it with increasing volume. Why not, right? Everything that I looked for was there. Everything, and again, we trade what we see. That doesn't mean it's gonna work 100% of the time. Just look at this, guys. Look at the volume. Look, everything that I looked for was there. And if you take it to the 1 day, 3 minute, I called it out somewhere when it was making this move, and I saw that there was a little bit of increase in volume, and then boom, it just got knocked down after market. Now, after market again doesn't mean anything. Hopefully tomorrow, again, this is wishful thinking, and I hope it opens up higher. But there was no reason for me not to call it out. Everything was there. Everything that I looked for on the swing trade pattern was there. So I called it out, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. Or it's not working out so far. Again, I'm still holding the position. We'll see how it opens up tomorrow. BNGO, the last one, SOLO, guys. So this one, uh, you know, I took a position somewhere here, 245, and then it just did this, and I lost some money on it, right? Like I said in my previous videos. But today, or in the previous video, I did talk about this 220 level being very important, right? And let me take you to the 5 day, 15 minute. So as you can see here, I got this little channel here. It got rejected at 260, then it bounced at 220, then it kind of was getting rejected at 220 after market yesterday, and then it broke over 220, and now it's kind of trickling back up. So remember, I like patterns where it pushes up and then it starts curling back up. So that's why I called it out. I called it out about at 230. So I'm up on it right now, and it's creating a little bit of a ascending triangle right now, right? It's creating this little ascending triangle. So I'm hoping that tomorrow it continues. Now this is the only reason. This is not the only reason I called it out. WKHS workhorse started pushing up all day in the afternoon as well. And as I saw this moving and solo moving, I said, okay, there's something going on. Again, electric vehicles and stuff like that. So the market is a hot market right now. It's a hot sector. So, I was going to take a position, and I'm looking for it to push tomorrow. It's way up. So we'll see how it goes, guys. These are my trade ideas. Some of them I mean, you can tell on my voice, I'm disappointed today. I gave back some money, and I hope I don't get back tomorrow at market open, and I see my current positions way, way, way down there, and it becomes a horrible day. But in any case, I've been profitable for the past 2 3 months consistently, for the entire year basically consistently. So days like this are gonna happen. You just gotta roll with the punches and keep on going, guys. So if you have any comments, guys, post them down on YouTube comments, post them down on WhatsApp. Those of you from the Trading View community, post them there, guys. I'll try to reach out to you as much as I can. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.